What's up, guys? I'm back from another video, and today we are going to be doing a most overrated cars in 2025 from what was most talked about from the year. So we got, ball knowledge for the lowest one, where it's high key is honestly really underrated car. And we got low key, it's just a little bit like, a little bit something, and you got cool cars, overhyped, and then overrated, and then chill, bro. Is like, cause like people sometimes get like super defensive if you have like any differing opinion about it, to be honest. And the first one, I kind of put a couple. The first like 4 are gonna be some heaters, cause I just want to get these out of the way. The Hellcat, the C6, the GT3 RS, and Miata. Let's stay actually right there. All these 3 cars are like praised almost to like where they're gods, and it's kind of unhealthy. Like, people, I'm pretty sure people would sell like their moms for any of these 3 cars. They're all amazing cars. Besides the Hellcat, I don't like the Hellcat. I think it's just I think it's a very big boat anchor that has a lot of power. But other than that, I mean, like, really, there's nothing much more to say about it. They all cover the same base. They're all praised for something, but the following that they have is crazy, to be honest, in my eyes. I don't think any 3 of these cars should be praised as much as they are, really. So, the Miata, I feel like it's definitely not low key or ball knowledge. It's such a popular car now. It's not chill, bro, and it's not overrated, so it's overhyped or cool. I feel like the Miatas have to be, they got to be a little bit overhyped, to be honest. Not because they got overtook by a couple at the track, just because, because the people that overtook me at the track, no, the people that drive out around and about in their Miata think that they can overtake anybody out on the track just because of how light they are. But really, it's not like that. It's just really not like that. And 9 times out of 10, you're not like that, to be honest. Like, I'm sorry. It's how it is. I think this is the 4th gen Mustang. It's low key. I mean, like, it's definitely not ball knowledge. People know about these cars a lot, but I don't see enough of them, to be honest. And I feel like they're slept on. They really are, just because they're not the most desirable one. They're a push rod small block. So everybody's like, it's not an overhead cam V8. Like, it's just a slow boat anchor, but it's not really. It's not. I'd really choose this over a Hellcat any day of the week, to be honest. An M3 comp. I mean, it's kind of overrated. I mean, it's cool. It's definitely not chill, bro, because like Hellcats, the prices and just the cult following is crazy. But like an M3 comp, like, it's at least it's a little bit less money, and it's just like a better Hellcat, in my opinion, really. Like, at the end of the day, like, this is how I see it. That's really how I see it. I mean, the power numbers, you can make more power probably, on the M3 comp way easier, and have more fun with it. With the Hellcat, like, you take that bitch out to the gas station and you drive it back to your house, you already need to go back to the gas station. You know what I mean? With the comp, you go to the gas station, do a couple pulls, go back home, and then you go back to the gas station. The BRZ, It also has a cult following. I feel like it's kind of went down a little bit. Like 2015, 2018 era, it was definitely overrated and chill, bro. But it's shot down just a little bit. It's shot down just a little bit. I think it's with the Miata. This is the same thing. They're both small cars, rear-wheel drive, manual. One's inline, 4-cylinder. One's a boxer. But they both kind of like, they both fit that role where, with a good driver behind a BRZ, I'll get passed up any day of the week. You know, I'm not that great of a driver. But then there's the people that think that they could drive like that person. Think that that's what they got. But really, you're just not him. Sorry. An old CTS-V. I low-key feel like there's ball knowledge. Like, if you really know about the old CTS-V, you're not talking about like no Blackwing. You know, I'm talking about like nothing like 2015 plus. I think you a cool man's, bro. Like, honestly, like the LS6 kind of slept on for, you know, what it was. An E36. A little overhyped. I'm not gonna lie. It's not overrated because there's not enough of these on the road no more because they're all breaking down, and because of that, they're just overhyped now. I mean, that's just really it. There's nothing much more to say about that. The Evo, this is definitely like, you know, at one point it was up here. I'm not gonna lie. Even though it's an amazing car, at one point it was right here. I think, you know, it's the years have like helped a lot. You know, like, you know, 10 years ago, said it was up here. Now it's kind of went down a little bit. I think, like, you know, if you say you really fuck with the Evo, I'm like, you know what? All right, I fuck with that. The ST, low key, almost ball knowledge. Like, if you really know like how some of these like ST drivers, like, it low key moves, you know, and it's a fun car. It's something I feel like you could really like just swing around corners, you know, not swing, but like, you know, just boom boom. I feel like it's a good car. I think it's a good car. A Scat Pack. Ooh, it's really just, I think it's worse than a Hellcat because, like, it's these people that be like, I got a Scat Pack. As soon as I throw a supercharger on this old low-key, I'm probably going to be faster than one. But then they don't realize that the bigger bore isn't really helping them all that much. And they're just really just trying to, they just have a sensitive Hellcat block. Really, that's all it is. It's like if the Hellcat block was just a fragile little piece of, I'm not gonna say something mean. I mean, look, I guess this is a fragile piece of shit, you know? Like, honestly, I'm sorry, but you really start trying to do too much to that engine, something's gonna happen. The G35, just up there with the Hellcat. Unless you got a real nice G35 nowadays, like, really, most of them are clapped out. Like 90% of them are clapped out, and it's just kind of sad because I used to really like them a lot, but now this is like a cult following where it's just like Miata people, but if they're just really fucking mean, I feel like, you know, and just weird Miata people. They're not bad people, but, you know, just overhype it just a little bit. The Golf R. Low-key, if you start dropping like the Golf R on me, it might be going to ball knowledge. The R in specific, cause like, yeah, low-key, yeah. Because if like I ask you like what's your dream car right now, you know what I'm saying? And you say, oh, I'm on a Golf R, not even a GTI, cause a lot of people don't even really know about the GTI. I feel like, even though it's like been one of the most talked about cars that I've been looking up, like, it's just the level of like this is just something different, you know. So if you start talking about Golf R, you got some ball knowledge on you. You know what I'm saying? Like you low key know the no. A C7. Ooh. You start dropping the C7 on me, low key, a little bit overhyped. It's a great car, but like, man, the people that be swearing up and down on this car, it's just a little bit too much. Like, it's it's still a bang for your buck car, but I'll need to cool it down just a little bit. The GR Corolla. I think it's a little bit low key. Yeah. It's like low key, it's about to hit cool mans, cause like if you tell me about GR Corolla, I'd be like, alright, like, you know what? It's going to cool mans. Nah, it's low key. Cause you start talking to me about the GR Corolla, it's either like one or two things. You're like a Gazuza racing like Glazer. Like you'd be like, oh, Toyota, like, shut the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a cool car, but like, not that cool, man. A 350Z. Ooh, it's gonna suck because one of the best homies got this, but you know what? It's not overrated. It's overhyped. It's low-key overhyped because it's just, that's really how it is. There's so many of them, and since there's so many of them, you also get those people that are like, this is a roadster, you know, it's got a V6, I could turbo this bitch, I'd be like a GTR. It's like, no, hold on, like, you're not doing all that. Like, you're really not, you know. It could do a lot. 350Zs are cool, but some people really just be like, the glaze is sometimes not warranted. I'm sorry. A 240. Yup. I mean, this will go right here and chill, bro. Like, actually, no. Let's put it top of overrated, because prices went down a little bit, just a little bit, but still not enough. Man, the prices are not where they should be. I'm sorry. Like, I love this car. This is one of my first like dream cars. And the love, and like, not the love, but like how overrated it is. I'm sorry, but like, it doesn't deserve that. It's really like, it's a really good car, but I'm not paying 10 grand for your clapped out box. Sorry. Honda Accord. Low-key is low-key. It's low-key. I put top, bottom, the top, bottom low-key by the hit ball knowledge. Because they're like, if you tell me about like, oh, I got Honda Accord, but I'm trying to put in like this burger turbo, you know, trying to put in all this and this and that. And low-key, they move. They really move. And if you start talking to me about that, I'm like, alright, you know what? You low-key got something in your noodle. You know what I'm saying? An older Integra. Ooh. I mean, I think it's kind of the same thing with like the 240s, you know. But a little bit less. A little bit less than the 240. Same situation, really. I mean, they're just all starting to become slowly clapped out. I mean, there's good versions of it, like the 240, but there's just not many. There's not many no more. And everybody's trying to like sell it for like an arm and leg down near, where it doesn't deserve it. The C5 Corvette. Ball knowledge. The S2000. I feel like there's not a lot of following for this car now, to be honest. I feel like before there was, But now it's like, I think like the go-to for everybody to talk about like some of these older like Japanese cars be like a Supra. Oh, there's no R34 in here. I'm surprised. I just noticed. On R34, you know, any of those, you know, older, like an NSX. NSX isn't on here either. That's surprising. But yeah, I mean, an S2000 is a little bit down there, just a little bit. It's like, you know, you start talking to like, oh, I really want an S2000. Be like, all right, I mean, I guess, like, it's cool. That's it. A Z1. I mean, I love this car, but it's not ball knowledge and it's not low key, to be honest. But ooh, low key, it is a little bit overhyped. I'm not gonna lie. I'm putting bottom overhyped, hitting cool, cause there's so many people that for no reason I ask them what their dream car is, and they're like, I want a Camaro. Alright, I'm just like, hold on now. You drive 150 horsepower Civic. What you gonna do with like 600 horsepower? Nothing. You're gonna kill yourself. Don't buy something else. Like, it's gonna suck. Buy like a Hemi. You know, something with like 350 horsepower. Something around that, because you're gonna die. And I'm doing this for you. A 370Z. Now this is low key, right? This is like compared to like the 350. Like, if you tell me, oh man, I really want a 370Z, I'm like, all right, you know some. You ain't just gonna be right away like, I want a 350Z and I want a boom 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 boom. Like, nah. You tell me a 370Z, I'm like, all right. You a little different for that, but that's all right, cause I fuck with you like that now. A C8. Ooh, this doesn't really fit any categories. I feel like, cause I feel like it gets hated on, just because it's not a front engine Corvette, but it's a really good car. It's a really good car. I feel like if you hating on this Corvette, or if you say that like you really want a C8, I think it's kind of where the Camaro is, because like Xeon, because it's like bro, do you just want it just because it's a Corvette, and do you want it just because, you know, it looks like exotic, or do you want it just because it's actually a really good car that can go, you know, put down really good track times? You know what I'm saying? And it's just like the Camaro. Do you just want the name, or do you want like an actually good car? And do you actually know how to handle it? Because also there's a lot of people that I talk to that want like a C8, and they're like, but then they drive a 200 horsepower Civic, and then they're like, I really want this car. And I mean, it's a little better than a Camaro, because at least with the Corvette, it's probably a little bit more friendly to drive, so be a little bit lower. The Veloster N, low key, in my opinion, ball knowledge. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of set up a little bit weird, because most of the guys' cars are down here, but it's ball knowledge though. Like I like Hyundai, right? I had a Genesis Coupe, and the Veloster, and at one point I was gonna get a Veloster for my first car, right? And the N is low key underrated. It's really underrated for no reason. Like, it's honestly really dope. Like, if you tell me that you really want the N, I'd be like, you know, like, all right, you know some about us something. You know what I'm saying? That's not how it goes, but that's how I'm gonna say it. 3000 GT, also ball knowledge. You told me about a 3000 GT. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed, I sprinkled in a couple other cars in here that aren't the most talked about in 2025, because, you know, a lot of them in 2025 were kind of stinkers. I'm not gonna lie. So I put in a couple cars, but a 3000 GT, that bitch is amazing. Like, I still want one just because I could probably get one just to drive around. Really, they're such a cool car. They look crazy good. If you don't have one, like, honestly, slept on car. Just slept on. Mark 4 Supra. You already know. This is nothing new to people. I'm sorry, I'm not paying like 120 grand for a 90s Nissan that from factory makes about, you know, maybe 300 horsepower, probably 300, and then I have to put in like another 5-7 grand into it to make it into like what I would really want. Not just the engine wise, even though it's an amazing engine. If I'm getting a non-turboed Supra and I'm probably paying 60 grand for a non-turboed Supra. No. And that's an automatic one too, at that. That's not a manual one. Hopefully when restrictions start lifting up and if people do start sending these out to the US, and if there's even, I don't even know if there's a market still out there. If there's still even people out there that have those, then hopefully it'll go down a little bit, because I would like to see these out on the road, you know? Beautiful cars. A Mark 5 Supra. A little bit overhated for no reason. But you tell me you want a Mark 5? I think you go right. You go right, like, straight up. I'm not gonna say that like you weird for it because you want a dressed up BMW, because it's a good looking car. I fuck with it, you know. But it's really just a Z4 with, you know, a nice little dress on. And I mean, I fuck with the Z4s. So you tell me that, you alright. An FD, same thing as a Supra. I'm not paying 20 grand for a shell. Nothing more to say about that. Same thing with the S13. I'm not paying 10 grand for a shell. And that's 550. I mean, they're not bad cars. There's a little bit of a cult following for them. At one point they were definitely here. So it's a better spot to put them than just in the middle of overhyped. You know, they're a good car. There's a lot of people that swear up and down on them for no reason. And I mean, they're a great car, but sometimes y'all just need to take a little chill pill, be like, hey, you know what? The Mustang isn't the best out there. There's the Corvette. An STI. Man, like, if you tell me that you really want an STI as your dream car, or not even just dream car, you really want one. I feel like the hype isn't there as much anymore, especially once, you know, Mitsubishi kind of just stopped giving a fuck. I think a newer STI is right there. It's cool. It's like, you know what? You're right. I mean, you're gonna regret that once you try to push any power, if you do want to push any power. But hey, you do you. A Type R, a little bit overrated, not gonna lie. Handles amazing. It's a great car, great track car, super comfy. I mean, decently priced, but the people that do be glazing this, kinda out of control. I'm not gonna lie. Like, y'all don't need to be glazing that hard for a Civic. Sorry, doesn't make sense. The Viper. I mean, it's definitely not ball knowledge. Everybody knows about it. It's not low key. Ooh, you know what? Low key. Bottom overrated. Kinda smooths it out a little bit, the whole tier list. Cause I mean, you tell me you really want a Viper. First thing, you're probably gonna die. Second thing is you either don't have a car, or you have a car with less than 250 horsepower. In that case, you're gonna die, and you're gonna be one of the reasons why another one disappears off the market. So, you know, maybe buy some else, Like maybe buy like a CTS-V, or not even CTS-V. Just buy like an old Camaro, like a catfish Camaro. Get used to some power, you know? Not even a lot of power, just a little bit. Or even a C4 Corvette. And then work your way up. And if you do have the money somehow, in this economy, get the Vet. Not the Vet, the Viper. But I'd rather get the Vet. So I think this is a nice little 2025 most overrated and underrated cars for last year. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please, you know, subscribe, like if you made it this far. Tell me that you did, because, you know, put the nice feeling in this little area right here. And yeah, you guys have a good day. Bye bye.